Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you are watching. This is Jessepodsession, and this is another episode that we are going to have a discussion, of course, and across things that we are facing day in, day out. And I have a lot of questions that people have been asking me in regards to coming to the US. And basically, because I don't think that in this session I will have a lot of time to talk about it. But in this session, I just want to answer some few questions that most of you mmekuwa mkiniuliza. You've been asking me all along on my social media platforms, on Instagram, on Facebook. I'm not on TikTok, so I'm getting there. I know it's weird. It's weird for someone like of my age. Now, hayuko TikTok, but I'm getting there. TikTok in Today. So I just have some few questions that I want us to talk about. And most of you have been calling me and sending me text messages asking me like, what do you need for you to come to the US? That is one of the questions that I have received from so many people. And I really wanted to answer you directly, but I thought like I should just have this session and maybe share with you what I know and what I think that you should have, or you should prepare. You should prepare in terms of coming to the US. And basically, and especially, I'm going to talk to those people who are asking me, who were telling me that I would want to come and study in the US. Like, what do you need? There are a couple of things that you need to have. And I want you to listen this one. There's a couple of things that you have to. First, if you want to come to the US, you can come here and study. Maybe if you want to do your undergraduate, or maybe you want to do your master's program, or even your postgraduate, that is your PhD, you want to do it here in the US. Everything is possible. But now it depends with each level, each category has its own requirements. For example, if you want to come to study your undergraduate here, then you must have passed very well in your KCSE, in your is it called O level? I'm not sure. Yeah, I think it's O level, or is it? I think it's O level, but I mean KCSE. So you have to have passed very well, because here as they say that this is the first world country, so that means that their education also, it's ranked among the best in the world. So they don't just want to take someone who is who upstairs here there is no something. So they want to take someone, and they want to take someone who has the capabilities to fit in their education curriculum. And that's why I'm saying, for you to come for your undergraduates, lazima ukuwe umepita vizuri in your KCSE. And also, it applies to that person who wants to come and study their masters here. Also, you have to do well in your undergraduate, not just any grade that can take you here. I was talking to one of my friend on social media, and yeye hakuingia campus, so alienda kole, and then after kumaliza kole, actually ni kama hata kumaliza kabisa, and then alikuwa ananiuliza like, do you think that I can make to come and study in the US? I don't want to say that you cannot come, but what I know that for you to come here as a master's student, at least you have to pass your undergraduate. Lazima upite vizuri. Na kupita vizuri ni nini? At least you have like a B minus, like not a B minus, like you have a second class lower and above. Yeah, you can find a good school if you have that. And again, not just a second class lower and above. They also check on your GPA. GPA, they calculate all the how to get to know you what is your GPA. You can go and search online how to calculate GPA, but it's basically you calculate all the units that you did on your undergraduates, and then you divide them by the total number of units, and each grade has its own point. For example, if you got an A has higher points. If you got maybe a certain unit, you got a B plus, it has also its own points. So you can, I don't have that breakdown right now, but you can go and search how to calculate GPA and see if your GPA and calculate your GPA and see what you got in your undergraduate. So if your GPA is around 3.0 and above, then you're good. You can apply for a good universities here. Another thing that you need to know, not just passing, you also need to know, like, how will you fund your studies here in the US, because that is another challenge that most of our students are facing, and they have that urge to come and do their master's programs here. And I believe even so many people have the grades, have the GPAs, but they don't have the funding. So that's another problem. You have to find out how are you going to fund your education here, because here education is quite expensive. I cannot lie to you. It is quite expensive. You cannot even compare to the level, to the standards back in the country. In our country, we actually paying, like, I don't even have the right word to say it, but here education is very expensive. For example, in this semester, I'm only doing 9 credits. 9 credits, it's just 3 courses. 3 courses. Every course has 3 credits. And I'm paying almost close to 900,000. Actually, it's more than 900,000 Kenyan shilling. Did you hear that? Wait, let me repeat again. That I'm only doing for 3 credits for 1 semester. Sorry, 9 credits for 1 semester. Those are 3 courses. And I'm paying over 9,000 Kenyan shilling. 900. Let me breathe in. Let me take... I'm saying this, that I'm doing 9 credits and I'm doing 3 courses. So each course is 3 credits. And in these 9 credits, I'm paying over 900,000 Kenyan shillings. Yes, close to 1 million, actually. It's close to 1 million. So that's why I'm saying education in the US is very expensive. So if you, and actually for me to graduate in my master's program, I'm supposed to do at least 36 credits. So if 9 credits is almost close to 1 million, so you can do your math and see at least 36 credits, how much will I pay? So have that in mind and just find out how you're going to figure out that. A lot of people go to find bank statements that have no money. They just show other people's bank statements just for the sake of being approved for the visa. Sisemi, that's a bad approach, which 99%, most of them who use that route get denied. So they get denied the visa, but you're coming to that. So tumesema first uko umepita vizuri undergraduate ama your KCSE umepita vizuri, and then after that you figure out how you're going to pay your tuition fee. And then on top of tuition fee, there is now living expenses. Living expenses in where you're going to stay, what are you going to eat, in case maybe you get sick, my goodness. Anyway, English is not my tongue. Oh, how are you going to get medication? So lazima figure out like all those things. And one funny thing, pale nyumbani ulikuwa unapata ukiwa kampo, nyumba like maybe kama ni bed sitter, let me say call it bed sitter, ulikuwa unapata ukiwa na 4500 wewe unaishi tu bed sitter fiti sana. So 4500 haitoshi hata food ya kukula hapa US like in 1 month. In 1 month. Hata si 1 month. In 2 weeks. Hawezi kula 4500. You go to a shopping here and you do like shopping here 10,000 Kenyan shilling, and it's very small. So what I'm saying here, like for example, in this leo na shoot hapa kwa nyumba, like this nyumba yenye naishi hapa, like I pay almost close to $500. $500 ukifanya hesabu, that's close to around 60 something thousand Kenyan shilling per month. So those who are having these questions, like how are you after coming to the US, how am I going to stay here? There are so many factors to consider. Consider your tuition fee, consider how where you're going to live, because there are some universities where living expenses are so high, and there are some other universities you will find that at least living expenses are a bit lower. So you need also to, after you figure out your funding and in relation to all those things nimesema, then look for a good university that is not so much expensive. And if you want to come and do your master's program, at least focus on either a public university, yes, because private universities are very expensive, and also try to look for a state university. A state university is relatively cheap as compared to universities kama Harvard, universities kama gani ingine, maybe for example University of Florida. Look for a state university. A state university is relatively cheap. I hope you are taking this down. So ukisha identify your university, then look for the program that you want to come and study in that university, because some programs might be very expensive in that university, and in another university they are not that expensive. So for you who want to come and do your master's program here, or you have a dream of doing that, then those are some of the things that you need to consider. So let's assume that you passed the exam very well, your undergraduate umepita vizuri, you have secured a funding, and then you have also identified a university and the program that you want to come and do. Then what next? Now here comes the beauty part of it. How do you make your application? Because once you have identified the program, you have to make an application. And these people, they will ask you for documents. They will ask you for your transcripts, for your certificates. You have to give the real thing. Unajua sisi wa Kenya tumezoea ile story ya kudoctor documents. No, that does not apply here. You will doctor your documents, but then once they identify that your documents are not legit, then automatically you get flagged, and you might even end up not getting an admission to any of the universities in the US. And that is so sad. So if you know that you didn't pass, well, just give correct documents. Another thing, they will ask you for recommendations. They will ask you for cover letters. They will ask you for something called the statement of purpose. So this is now the admission process. So you have applied for admission, and now they will ask you for those documents. You have your transcript, you have your certificates, and they will also need your recommendation. Maybe recommendation from your university, that you were once an alumni of that university, or a bona fide student in that university. So you have to get a recommendation either from your department, or from your professor that you know in your university, or maybe one of the lecturers who taught you back in the country. Just a recommendation to show that this was a student in this university. They really ask for that. And then also, if you've been working after you graduated, they also need a recommendation from your employer. Don't just fake details. If you can't get a recommendation from your employer, well and fine. You don't have to just to fake things. Just write to them and tell them that you've not been working for that period of time after your graduation. Yeah. So now after admission, umefanya application, they review your documents, and then after they review your documents, what they will do, they will ask you for a proof of funding. That is now the university. Because for the university to give you an admission, they need to know that how are you going to, they need to you to convince them, how are you going to pay for your school fees, for your tuition fees, and your other expenses. So, hapa ndo unapatanga wase, wanaenda wanachukua zile bank statement za uncles, daddies na sponyo zote. Wanatumia university. Wana verify, sorry for that. Wana verify, alafu wanaona all these documents are fake. So, you get flagged again. So, the good thing here, just find a very good source of funding. And once maybe you submit your funding documents to them, the school will issue a document called the I-20. I hope tuko pamoja. Are you getting this? The school will issue a document called I-20. Now this I-20, it's like a legal document to say, Jesse is our student, and we have issued him an admission. So proceed. That document, okay, I-20, it's like a legal document to show that now you are an admitted student in that university. So you only get the I-20 after you have submitted your academic documents, your recommendation documents, and also something I forgot, the statement of purpose. Now here, people don't know how to write a statement of purpose. A statement of purpose is that document that convinces the university, why do you want to come to our university? For example, if I choose the university of, for example, Grand Valley State University, like I have to convince them, why only Grand Valley State University? Why do I deserve to go and take that program in that university? Then what unique thing that made me to choose that university and not any other university in the US? And why am I not willing to take my master's program in the country and I want to come and take it in the US? All these documents, all this information should be captured in your statement of purpose. If you have any problem of writing a statement of purpose, you can just write down on the comment section. If you want me to help you to do that, I can just help you to do that and write a statement of purpose, because it is very, very important to have that document. So once you're issued the I-20, now you can start thinking about visa. Juu wase wanakuja online waniambia like, oh yes, nataka kuja US, manze nimejaribu ku-apply visa. Una-apply visa na you don't even have your I-20. You cannot proceed to apply for a visa, even to book an appointment with a consular if you have your I-20. And that's why people go wrong. So once you get your I-20, then that's when you can start now applying for your visa. You make an appointment, and then if you get an appointment, then let's say you're one step to coming to the US. So hapa tumeassume like documents zako zilikuwa poa, your funding source ilikuwa legit, umesha approve na shule, umepewa admission, and then sasa umepewa I-20, so unaenda kwa consular. Now this is now the hardest part in this process, guys. Let me repeat again. Listen, this is the hardest part in this process. You can get all these documents and all they are correct and legit, but now the visa process, it's another process. So hapa lazima ukue umejipanga vizuri sana how you're going to meet that consular. And I think in future we will not even in future. It depends with you. If you want me to bring another session and guide you on how you go through the visa application and also the visa interview and all those stuff, please you can write down in my comment section, and I will still find a way of bringing it to you. So ukishapata appointment ya visa, so pale ukishapata siku, and then you practice for the visa interview. You can go online. There's so many materials online on questions that are asked in the during the visa interview. Practice those questions. But if you still want to have one-on-one with me, like I have 2 students who are coming this year, I think in spring, in summer intake, and they have visa interviews, and I've been coaching them and I've been advising them on some of the things that I think they should know before they. It's not like 100% guarantee that you'll get that visa. It doesn't matter how smart you are. It doesn't matter how well dressed you are. It doesn't matter which program you're going to take. It matters with who you're going to meet with in that visa, in that morning or that time of the day, and your confidence levels, the way you articulate your issues, and your God. Getting that thing, it's just the grace of God and your luck and your confidence. So that's it. So guys, as I said, that this session was not meant to have to be like so long. But before I finish, let me just mention this, because so many people I know watakuwa wananiuliza like, now how do you get your funding? How do you get? People only think that for you to come and study in the US, you must get a scholarship. Now, getting a scholarship is a good thing. I'm also looking for one, but it is not easy. It is a process. It is a very rigorous process. So getting a scholarship, if you happen to get one, which I pray that you get one, well and good. That'll be very easy for you. But it's not the only options. There are so many students in the US, not only from Kenya, but also from other parts of the country, from Nigeria, Ghana, India, but they're here through student loans. Because like we have help in the country, even in the US, there are lenders who give student loans. I'm not saying that you should come here through a student loan, but it is one way and the easiest way of getting a legit proof of funding. So maybe in our next video, I will be sharing with you some of these lenders that are in the US that help students, and especially international students, to get this money and come to study in the US. So let me know in the comment section, what would you like to know about the process? I know it's a lot of information, but I can only break down based on what you tell me to in the comment section. And there are so many people out there spreading so many rumors about the whole process, which is very hard for you to come. No. The aim of this channel, I said, is to share the experiences that we've come through and at least help other people to come through to get to where we are, and also even to surpass where we are, because it is possible. And it's a very good experience, at least, to come and study in a first world university. That is how it is. And guys, I'm so happy for your time, and also for listening to me, and also for sharing this video, because I believe once you see this video and you see it makes sense to you, please share to that person who you think that he or she should know about it. And also don't forget to subscribe to my channel. If you've not, please subscribe to my channel. Until we meet in the next video, watch and enjoy in the comment section. What do you want me to bring in the next video? Woo! Thank you. See ya.